This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth with some massive breaking news coming out of New Jersey as the state is now facing a class action lawsuit for secretly collecting and storing babies' blood. This is the class action lawsuit that has been launched against the Commissioner of the New Jersey Department of Health and the Assistant Commissioner for the Division of Family Health Services, as this civil rights group is suing New Jersey to stop secret storage and use of baby blood spots. After Erica Jadniak gave birth to her only child in 2021, she tried to opt out of the heel prick test that hospitals routinely do on newborns to detect disease. The nurse insisted that it was mandatory. The test turned up nothing, and Jadniak mostly forgot about it in the chaos of new parenthood. But after the Boonton mother later learned, New Jersey health officials keep the baby's blood spots for 23 years for uses that they never reveal. This is absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of the number 23, and, data collection of DNA, do you guys remember the DNA genetic collection company called 23andMe? Where we see here 23andMe, we're all about real science, real data, and genetic insights that can help make it easier for you to take action on your health. Really? Easier for you or easier for them to take action on your health? Because as I reported on over 5 years ago, 23andMe was sharing its millions of clients' genetic data with the drug giant GlaxoSmithKline. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the vaccine manufacturer, GlaxoSmithKline. Now, fast forward 5 years, and as of now, 23andMe has just announced a new collaboration extension with a new data licensing agreement with GSK. Following their 5-year discovery collaboration, 23andMe and GSK has extended their collaboration by entering into a non-exclusive data licensing agreement, enabling GSK to utilize the 23andMe database for novel drug target discovery and other research. Do you guys see what's going on here? You quite literally have the state secretly collecting babies' blood and storing it in secret storage facilities. You've got other actors who are collecting genetic information and selling it to pharmaceutical companies who are the manufacturers of vaccines. And this is way back in 2018 that this was revealed, ladies and gentlemen. And then, all of a sudden, you fast forward a little bit and miraculously, this scandemic arises where these pharmaceutical companies who had access to all this information now have the ability to create and distribute boosters for life. Isn't it remarkable, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to break all of this down for you and much more in this video. But really quickly, before I do, I'd ask that you check me out here at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. This is where you can sign up for a monthly reoccurring contribution. $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever is within your means is very greatly appreciated, guys. I can't continue to do this work without your help, and this is one of the best ways that you can do that. So please check the top link in the description below to where you can find me on subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. All right, guys, check this out. This is just wild. They didn't know that they were keeping the blood spots for 23 years. Now, she and her husband, Jeremiah, are the two lead plaintiffs in this new federal class action lawsuit against the state of New Jersey that accuses state officials, health officials, of violating millions of babies and parents' constitutional rights by secretly storing the blood spots in a creepy database without their informed consent. The couple wants a judge to forbid the state from retaining blood spots for any length of time after disease screening, unless officials tell parents specifically how they will be used and get their informed consent for those uses. I mean, it sounds fair enough. The spots should be destroyed if parents don't consent. They say in the complaint filed Thursday in the U.S. District Court in Trenton. The whole thing is really horrifying and alarming to me. It's my son's blood. It's his genetics. It's unique to him. And so I feel like it's my job to protect him, the mom said. I did not have a choice to be able to opt out of it. This should not be an issue that's in labor and delivery. The state should not enter that room. It's a sacred room. The Reverend Hannah Lavingo is another plaintiff in the lawsuit. She remembers nurses taking the blood for both of her sons, 5 and 1, within hours of their births and having no qualms about it because, like I would imagine most mothers, I assume that everything that was happening in the best interest of me and my child. Ladies and gentlemen, the health industry has changed. We can no longer assume that that is the case. Later, when she learned that their blood spots lurk in secret storages somewhere, she said she was baffled, irritated, and scared. I don't know why they want to store it because they've never had to say why. They just took it upon themselves to do it, she said. It bothers me that this is a piece of sensitive, intimate information concerning both my children that I have no control over. It scares me that the uses are unknown. I would never know if it's sold, if it's used for research, or if it's used for things that I might be fine with if I was given a choice to decide. So here we see more than 100,000 babies are born each year in New Jersey, meaning the state has stockpiled millions of blood spots from its decades-old newborn screening program. Yet, a handout given to new parents doesn't divulge that the state stores the samples for 23 years, it explains. So again, they've been collecting this information for decades upon millions and millions of babies, not explaining where this is going and holding it for 23 years. Now, I think we have a pretty good idea of what they're doing with this information because of what we've learned about what 23andMe has been doing, selling it to the pharmaceutical industries so that they can conduct their research for their own purposes. So let's take a look at what's going on with this new announcement. 23andMe and Holdings Company today announced a new non-exclusive data licensing with GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, vaccine manufacturer, which extends their collaboration and enables GSK to conduct drug target discovery and other research using the 23andMe database. I warned about this, a long time ago, that this new 23andMe thing was going to be selling your genetic information to large pharmaceutical companies, and that those pharmaceutical companies would be able to use your specific individual DNA and genetic, sequences to manufacture whatever they want. And again, like I said, you fast forward 5 years, and here we are. And now the world's largest reconstructible resource of genetic and phenotypic information from consented patients, 23andMe database. That's people who consented to this, which is remarkable on its own too, that people would willingly do this. Meanwhile, you got the state of New Jersey just secretly doing it. Under an amendment to their collaboration agreement, 23andMe is going to receive $20 million upfront payment for a 1-year non-exclusive data licensing. This is wild. The license will also include access to certain services, such as further analysis of the 23andMe data not provided in the core data release. We've had an incredibly successful collaboration with GSK over the past 5 years, and we're excited to continue our work together, said Anne Wojcicki, CEO and co-founder of 23andMe. What's interesting about that, guys, if you didn't know, Anne Wojcicki, I don't know how to pronounce that, CEO of 23andMe, is the sister of the former CEO of YouTube. It's not like this is just a small world. No, this is a cartel. You've got the former CEO of YouTube it being the sister of the person who's involved in the company who's been collecting DNA and selling it to vaccine manufacturers like GlaxoSmithKline. It's just crazy. With approximately 50 programs developed over the last 5 years, we are thrilled to work with GSK in discovering genetically validated targets. The continued relationship with GSK demonstrates the power of the 23andMe research platform to consistently produce novel insights for therapeutic development rooted in human genetics. Most people who were signing up to this thing just thought, oh, wouldn't it be neat to find out if I'm like the ancestor of some like noble king or something? Wouldn't that be neat? Not realizing what their information is going to be used for, to literally engage in research that eventually amounted to biological warfare. Under the terms in the new data licensing, 23andMe will provide GSK with access to de-identified summary data from global genome and phenome-wide analysis of the 23andMe database for a 12-month period, and offer its research services for analysis of the data over that time period. Check this out. Any new drug discovery programs that GSK chooses to initiate during the agreement will be owned and advanced solely by GSK, but 23andMe may be eligible for downstream royalties under certain uses of the database. So if GlaxoSmithKline, during their research stage of looking into all this data that they just purchased off of 23andMe, end up discovering something and developing some sort of new drug or new cure, 23andMe can quite literally earn a royalty off of whatever GlaxoSmithKline comes up with based on their research. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the plan that I've been talking about for 3 years now, about these pharmaceutical companies moving into the area of booster shots for life, based on this this thing that was, I would suggest, created after years and years of research of individuals' genetics, DNA sequencing, 23andMe information, all being sold to the government, in some cases secretly, being stored, blood storages from babies secretly being stored, all again for the purposes of what we've seen, happen over the last 3 years. It's just absolutely insane, guys. So just wanted to bring all of this to your attention. This lawsuit was just launched, I believe, on October 30th. So this is breaking news. So please share this video with your friends and family who you think might need to see this, the most, and maybe have even been involved with this type of stuff. And maybe we could stop people from willingly giving over their DNA to these companies who are using it for very nefarious purposes, as we've seen. I want to remind you once again, guys, to don't forget to check me out at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. If you do appreciate my efforts to continuously bring you this information, again, I can't do this work without your continued support. $5 a month, $10, $20, whatever is within your means. Please take 5 minutes today to click that top link in the description and get yourself signed up at Subscribestar to support my efforts moving forward. And that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most, and stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.